Welcome back to Factorio Space Exploration. My name is Nilaus, and we are continuing on our journey with the million science packs that we are needing for this this mod pack. And there are an ungodly amount of science packs, and it takes a couple of episodes for us to get each one. And I'm sure that they'll probably get even worse as we progress. We've made the progress towards the production science pack. If we just look at production science pack here, then this is what we look at. In the previous episode, we did the Vulcanites. So at this point, we need to do machine learning. We got that. We productivity module. We need to do this. We need to do iron ingots. We can do that, but we haven't done it. And we need to do plasma stream, which we don't have. And we need to combine the whole damn thing up here for a science part. So let's take a look at the plasma stream first. First, by the way, thank you very much for all of you for following. It's up to episode 14 at this point, and I think it'll be sort of one or maybe two episodes per week, and I try to sort of make this focused on the progress. If we look at something that's not really highlighted, then if we look at the size of the base, it just keeps getting bigger and bigger, but we're not going to be really covering those, covering that sort of expansion as part of this Let's Play series, but more doing that as part of there we go. There you go. Part of the Twitch stream and even off camera as well. So that's the first thing we need is we need to make some. Where is it? I was sure that we had some. There, that one. This is how we make the stream, the plasma stream. So that is pretty simple. It just needs some stone, all right, and some chemical gel, and it produces really slow. 100 every 30 seconds, and it is speed 1. So that's going to be probably like full speed module there. And I'm going to take 2 of those. And we are going to say the chemical gel in and out. So this is just pretty simple. We're going to be putting stone on the bus. That's not stone. We're going to put stone on the bus somewhere and then drag it in here. So with the inbound chemical gel, and we have here. There we go. And that should get us, let's see how much that gets us. Oh, only 17 per second. That's not much. Oh well, it is what it is, and we'll just... This is something we definitely need a hell of a lot more of, but we can't really get it right now. So let's see that pushing over here, slowly filling up, and we can then move up to our next location. This one will be a setup. This is just going to be like this standard... Wow, I'm not going to call it standard. Well, here. This is very simple. I just need to make this science. Woohoo! And the productivity modules will make ad hoc. So I will be making that here. And that will be... They'll just be made ad hoc with stuff from the bus. There we go. And that will go inbound and inbound as well. Then I need... What else do I need? I also need to go over here and see that my cards here are not really the way that they should be. So I think I'll just... There we go. That will also be something that I... let's take that out and take you inbound here. There. So this will make more cards, and I need to move this on the outside as well, and then go here. This will be everything outbound, which means at this point I will be filtering. So I get only the cards, and that means this part here will be the scrap. There. So I get the scrap out, that one. And I need to move this. Do I want more? How much is this making? This is making, 0.39, and this one is using way more. Even though this is stalling. Oh, it definitely needs to be stalling now. Let's make 2 more of these. Yeah, that seems reasonable. So now this one is double, triple, quadrupled. Is it working? Yes, it's working, and it just spews out a lot of this. This goes out down here, and we then need to get it on the bus or on branching off here, and that will be something like this. I really love these branches. It's so fun to do. Like there's something sort of pleasing about this kind of way of branching things off. And there we go. That goes all the way to the end, up to... Oh, okay. Well, it doesn't go all the way up there to the end, because this is actually the last one. Cool. So at this point, what do we need? We need some plasma stream. We need 2 things from the bus. the machine learning and the vulcanite. So we're going to get something on the bus here. Let's get that one in here. And just going down here and then figure out where the hell do we have it. Didn't we get vulcanite on the bus? No, we did not, but we should have. Yeah, it's right here. So we just put vulcanite, and you know what? I think I'll just combine it with the stone, because why not? It's just fine. Here, I see no reason why that can't be done. And I don't want to have all of the plastic. Let's get rid of the plastic. And there we go. So we have vulcanite on the bus as well, and that should mean that it starts shooting. I saw it already shoot. That's great. And moving this one forward. A lot of obstacles here. There we go. And this will now be... All right, let's see if we can figure this out. I will get only that one. Yes, so that's first one. And the other one will be... Oh. Right, that's actually surprisingly easy. This one might go further, but this will definitely not go further, because those are the only places the machine learning is being used. So we got a little bit of this as well. There we go. Then we need the plasma stream inbound, which is simple. And then we need also the discarded cards coming back out. Here, and that's the plasma stream. It's really weird the way it thinks it's different fluids, because it's not. It's odd. And go over here. Right, so now we are going to ignore this one, because, you know, I'm going to ignore it. And productivity modules, that is glass and green circuits, also things we have. This is now working. We got the glass and the greens, and I'm just going to speed it up. This will now be making... Well, let's have a look. It has a little bit of a surplus here. Ugh, very small surplus. But this is definitely going to be increased in speed. I really like this to be faster. I'd like it to be like this fast, but it's then going to be a little bit over ambitious in terms of consumption here and also consumption there. Well, there's something stockpiled, so we'll keep that in mind. Then we get like the basic output. That's going to be here. This will be science output. And then we have the junk output here. Let's get that one. I don't think I need a box. And this one just needs to go. I have no clue. But somewhere there's a... This is for the junk. Yes. That one. And probably not the last junk we're going to see in this base. There we go. Right. Everything is working except the iron ingots. Yeah. So that's something we don't have. Let's talk a little bit about how we want to do that. Because it is a kind of a... Oh yeah, it can't... See, this can't be built here, which makes it awful. So we'd have to use a thermodynamic facility. And let's have a look at ingot. There. That's the iron ingot. So this comes from molten, and it's done in either a thermodynamic facility or a casting machine. The molten comes from pyroflux, which we have a lot of now, and the iron ore. So we're going to make a small build for this, and then we're going to send it online, or send it up here. We're going to be grabbing it in one of these, and we are going to communicate as well. So let's say this is going to be communicating, and then I will have a box here. Like that. Let's get you just one step up. Yeah. And this box will just be feeding directly in here. And I will be getting an indicator here. And that will basically be saying if there is less than, I don't know, 200. Don't need a lot. 200. Then send a signal of one of the iron ingots, and I want to send it to this one. This one will be Canon now. Now it's Canon network. Then I am going to wire it up. I'm just going to be wiring. This is monitoring the box. and it says it is less than 200. Yes, that's correct. Then it will send a signal up here. It is sending a signal of 1, and we just send it back over here. And then it just so happens that if we see, I didn't want to do this because let's see, where is it? It's there's so much crap in this base. There's so much weird stuff. There we go. All right, so I built this one because this is a very temporary build, and I even though it's temporary, I can't help but make it neat. This is only here to do this. Where the hell are you shooting? That's concerning, isn't it? That it's shooting somewhere. Oh, I don't want to shoot it there. I want to shoot you up here. There you go. Oh, because, yeah, okay. It was just pointing to the default one. But now it's coming in, and we have the science. Awesome. Right, so let's go back on this one. This is not particularly relevant. I'm going to redo it because the first thing we want to do is getting beacons. And once we get beacons, this is what I want to show today, is making a cool design using beacons, because that's what we unlock. That's the cool thing we unlock with this tech. And now things are just working and they are chugging along. We get our science. All we need to do is now bring it back to our small science facility down here. This needs to be moved again because, you know, I need more of that. And I think I'll just make something like this one again. And this seems to work just fine. And then I just need a stack of... Oh, hold on. Why am I not making up here? Let's try to keep the default up here. Yeah, let's do that for now. This is here. You just need a stack of that. Sweet. Is it coming? 42 inbound. Let's get them in here. And once we're also going to do this, because we've got the vulcanite, so we get also tier 3 productivity modules. And each of these is now how much productivity? Research speed is slow, but it's speed for 48% productivity gain. That is massive. Here it comes, and we should see that that would mean that I only basically need 50 of those in order to complete the effect transmission. Great. So with the effect transmission done, it is time for us, well, it's not done, but soon, it's time for us to start looking at designs where we utilize the beacons, because I think beacons in space exploration is something that is just distinctly a lot better than it is in the base game, because base game beacons just become like all builds look the same with rows and rows of beacons once you get to the late game. Here you actually have to sort of fit them in, because the way it works is that if you have a beacon, if there are multiple beacons here, 8 modules, which is insane, but transmits the effect of modules nearby friendly entities within 3 tiles, so it's a very nice range. Multiple beacons affecting the same entity will overload it and prevent it from operating. See, isn't that awesome? So you can't have more than one beacon affecting the same thing. Well, you can, but it's not gonna work. So let's have a look. And the most logical thing for me to work on is going to be working on steel production, because steel is something that we're going to need in large quantities, and it is super inefficient to make from just raw steel or raw iron ore. So if we can do this process, I want to show you how awesome it can be. And in the meantime, we can just start selecting all the new cool things that we have unlocked. There, tons of new research. So let's have a look at the steel production. So what we need is 3 things. It's a 3-step process, and it goes like this. The first thing is we need to make iron into molten iron, and that comes from here. That's iron ore and pyroflux. This one is fortunate enough to be able to be fully saturated with 5 modules. So this one can get up to 40% productivity, which is amazing. But you can also see the crafting speed is minus 80%. So that's it's incredibly slow. This is why this is not really useful without adding beacons to it. So let's add beacons. The next one is we can either make it into iron ingots or we can make it into steel ingots. That's what we want. So that is 500 molten iron and then a dash of coal. That's fine. And then we can take, that gets us some ingots, not very many ingots, 1 steel ingot. And also important, that cannot be productivity module. It can be speed module, but not productivity module. And the last step is over here, where we take the ingots and then just unfold them or chop them into 10 steel bricks. And again, this cannot be productivity modules. So all we have is this part. This is 5 productivity modules, and this has to be compared to sort of the basic one, which has a total of 2 productivity modules. So we go from basically the whole process has 2 inherent profitability measures here. This one is only 16%, and that goes from ore to steel. Oh, actually, it's kind of double because it goes to iron and then it goes to steel. So it gets 16 times 16%. Yeah, a little bit more than that, but definitely less than 40%. Also, if we look at this, then I get 900 from 24. 900 is almost enough for 2 ingots. And then 2 ingots is here. So basically it is 24 becomes almost 10 steel plates. And that's a hell of a lot better recipe. So this is what we want. Let's see. I'm going to put a monstrous amount of this. And let's see if that works. It should work now. It just used to not work. So if we are... Whoa, that's... Okay, I'm not sure that works. Let's actually make sure that we have it powered. Here. Yes, 2.5. So let's see. How many do we need of this? And let's see if we... Let's actually make sure that we have something. Let's do it like this. There. And here. What about this? How much is this? This is 15. So we are going to need... Let's base the whole thing on consuming a full belt of iron ore. That means we're going to get 2 of this. Yep, 2 of this. And let's get that ratio done there. And let's see. That is as close as we can get to consuming a full belt. And it only consumes 12.8 flux things. And it produces a total of 1.6. It'll be slightly less. It'll be 1.575 is the total amount. So now we need to look at the next step. If we want to consume all of that, how are we going to do that? Well, this one, we're going to need a lot of those. Let's make a few here. And also beacon this here. Let's see how that... Oh, and I also need to module there. This one. Let's get that on the other side as well. Where are we now? That's only 100. So I need 16 times this. That's a lot. So 16 times this means 4 columns of 4 of these modules. There, there, and there. That's going to be 1 module. And then I need 4 of these modules. Yes, that consumes about 400. And then if I did that times 4, then I would consume all there is. Perfect. And then we'd also sort of have to look at if this one was, then it produces 3.328, and that's a little bit overestimated. So that's maybe like 3.25 or something. And you there, you also need to go faster. So I guess we need more beacons. And let's see. Here. This is about half, so I think I can do this. Oh, need to make sure that we have a recipe here. There we go. That's 3.25. All right, we'll just do this just for good measure. That's for symmetry's sake. So this is basically the idea, and now we have about the ratio, and we can also see that this is something we can definitely do inside of this. So let's start by figuring out how we're going to make this in a meaningful way. The first thing I need to do is figure out how close I want it. I'm pretty sure I don't want these. I also pretty sure that I want this to be as close as possible, like that. And make sure that that's filtered, and here. Now that's going to give us a little bit of a problem with the inbounds and outbounds. I think I want to make sure that there. Yeah. Here. So one side will be inbound and the other side will be outbound. Then I just need to make sure that I have there. That should be better because then I can use... I'm saturating this, but I also need to get this one in. And then I need to go here. Kind of funny that I don't need to take this because it's already outbound on that side. And this will be here and this will be here. Yes. So all I need is now a belt up. And what do we need? We need to just get it inbound. It's not really... Is it going to be very fast? I don't think it has to be very fast. It's... This one is... Somehow this is powered. Yeah, this is definitely not fast. Oh, it's also because of the lack of modules. Okay, we'll need to get some power poles in as well. Let's make those here. Let's make those here. And then we can get lights on the other side. Yes. All right, let's have a look at how fast this is. All right, 2.5. Definitely not a problem. And then we do the same thing with the other one up here. Just get that one out of the way. Let's make sure that this is correct here and here. And, oh, it's not actually going to be exactly the same, is it? No, I don't think so. Because it's... This is outbound, this is getting the inbound, yep. If I do this, I don't think it's going to be correct. No, it's not. But anyway, it's easy enough to fix. That goes in here, and that one. And let's see, from here into that one. And then the last one is on this side here. Perfect. Yes, that should be everything sorted. And I don't need to get up there. So what do we have now? Now we have... yeah, this powered. Perfect. And let's just check that it's all powered. It works fine. Good. Now I need to place this in a more meaningful location. So it's going to have to move again because I need a lot of space for these 4 rows. So let's just, while I build other stuff, get this moved over to... Well, it's going to be pushed out pretty far. So I'm going to push it. Let's go like that. And there's one missing. Yep. All right, let's start looking at the next design. So here we have a little bit of an issue. I already realized that there would be a problem. Yeah, first of all, I think we're going to go with a design that looks like this instead. There. And somehow that's not connected. And somehow that's still not connected. There. Right, so I'm gonna need one inbound, that's the coal, and I also need another outbound. I need another outbound. Oof. So here's the issue. This one only has one input or one tile, so I can either get it in or get it out, but I can't do both. On this side, it actually is so fortunate that I can do this. Inbound, outbound. And that's how we want to do it, there and there. Which means all of this part has to be moved a little bit out, just one tile out, so that I can make the equivalent on that side. I don't generally like making them overlap, but you know, this, it doesn't look awful. It does not look awful, in my opinion. And then we need, you can see these ones have both an arrow in and out, so that means we can actually do this part here, this pattern. And, oh, not that, not that. This actually shouldn't be here. This is the module, right? This is the module, and we just need some lights as well. There and there. This module is working and functional and good and takes 100. So we just need a lot of this. Is it correct? And this will be then the inbound, and this will be the outbound. Is that correct? This take inbound, inbound, outbound, outbound, inbound, inbound, outbound. But yeah, it looks good. So I'm just gonna cut it. Yeah, and then I'm gonna say, you know what? It's just like that. That's one. 2, 3, and 4. It's pretty much the same size. That's very nice. And that goes out, and this one goes out. Somehow they're not connected. That's weird. And I also need to make sure that now this is available. There. And you know what? I'll do the same thing at the top, because of course I am. There we go. And I'll just do this one. So now that is, and this is upwards. Excellent. So let's make a few more of this build. That is 2, 3, where with you, and 4. Take that out here, and that one out here. And yeah, they should be connected. So this is good. Now all we need is an outbound. Then we need stations. Let's add some stations. We are going to get... the first thing we need is down here. We need iron ore and coal inbound. So that's that one. Then we need a liquid inbound for the for the pyroflux. I always take the same one down here that I know works. This one. This is the one we take. And actually just do this part here. It goes on that side, and we just trim some of this off. And we also make sure that it does not become... That will be a pyroflux inbound. And... there. Pyroflux inbound. There is one available. Okay, yeah, because I have prepared it. And this one should also be then pyroflux. And this one should be pyroflux and pyroflux. There we go. And we have a little bit more of stuff to take out. There we go. And over here there's some extra ones. That looks fine. So this will be steel and coal inbound. And then we need the outbound as well. So let's find a location up here. And that will be a steel build. And we have some steel builds. These are new steel builds, but they work. There we go. That's a new steel build. And as usual, we have to pick this up and put it down. So this is just going to be a steel build. And the question is how much this is actually going to produce in total. I think that, okay, everything must be inbound. All the modules as well. So now it gets a little bit tricky, I guess. And that's not needed. That's not needed. This is not needed. And this is not needed. Which allows me to do this part. And I want to get it as far away, as far over on this side as possible. So what we need is... Oh, I didn't even see the ratios. Ooh. Yeah, these will all be just making stuff into ingots. And then we'll have one more module like that here. And somehow we have problems with power. Alright, so this is consumed... Oh, 3.9? Huh, that's too much. Why is it 3.9? I don't know. I thought it was 3.6 before, or 3. Oh. Oh, right, it was like this. Yes, and then I added one more. Alright, so this is definitely enough. This is probably what I need, and that will be producing over one full belt. That's crazy. So we need to do something a little bit different here. And here. So this will be the inbound, very low quantity inbound. Inbound, or yes, very low quantity inbound. There we go. And then we need outbound here and here. And here. Each of these will produce 6.5. That should be enough for one outserter here. And you. But then the other ones, these ones down here. Oh, that's weird. Had to be on the other side of the belt. Like that. Because otherwise it's going to overflow or overfill it. Right? This is going to produce more than one half belt. So some of it has to go on the other side of the belt. And that just happens to be this one. This also means that we have here interestingly enough, we have more 2 belts inbound. There we go. 2 belts inbound. Oh, I don't like this. I really don't like these. And I need the bigger boxes instead. Where do I have there? This box and this box. Much nicer. Do this and that. Oh, don't need to do this because it's already done. There. It's a little bit of a kink in the road, but hey, no kink shaming. There. Does that make sense? I think it does. Oh, look at that. That actually got in already. Okay. Well, and I need to make these things correspond to what I want. I want here. This is the inbound. By the way, this train station, you can forget that one. It's only this one that I actually need. This is the only thing that does something. The other one is for a future indicator if I want to do monitoring. So, which I don't think I will, but now it becomes a habit. You only need one decider combinator. And if you're in doubt about how this train network works, then I have a guide on my channel called Train Limits. Many to many. It's called many to many train network, and that's a guide on how to set this kind of thing up. And we just need to build this part here. And I will just get this into a balancer. Because I'm only going to have one belt or one full belt of iron inbound. Yes, and then I'm going to do the same thing here. I think I can do this. It goes on the right hand side in the direction of travel, so these 4 will be put on the lower side and the other ones will go on the other side, so that's good. And that needs to go up into, I think we'll do something like this. And then I need to make sure that it's here, so it's almost symmetric, and that means this is the location. Good. And then I just need this again. Good. So then make sure that it's balanced. I think everything is done. I have inbound. It's not hooked up, but I will hook it up right now. Oh, perfect. Just go in here. So these are all getting the pyroflux, and I think we're good. This one has 2 trains for steel coming in. That's a lot. All right, so oh, hold on. Why are they not coming in? They should be coming in like super happy now. They don't have a name. Well, that's probably why they're not coming in. So let's give them some reasonable names like that and see that stuff is coming in. And here, the other one will be coal. And let's see that comes in. And if you are looking at this and go like, damn, I want this in my my own base, you can, of course, just look at it and build it as I have. Or you can, if you are a patron supporter, then you can just download the save game from my Discord channel. And it's kind of one of the few perks I give to patrons, that they are able to get all my save games for all the games that, well, where it makes sense to get save games. So I'm not going to be publishing blueprints per se, because they're so individual, and these are sort of very cleanly built for this. And maybe I'll upgrade when I have more higher level everything else. Oh, they'll get that one. That's a little mistake there. I bet you saw that ages ago, but I didn't. So that's kind of how it is. And thank you for everyone who is supporting on Patreon. It means a lot to me, and it's really Patreon that keeps this whole channel afloat, and not really anything else. Definitely not YouTube ad revenue or sponsorships, but it is the patrons. So thank you very much for that. Let's have a look at it, and I'd like to see all of them working. So they're not working all the time, all of them. The 11 of the 12 should always be working, but the last one will kind of not working. This seems more like a bug here. Yeah, this one has a lack of output. Yes. that one. And that was just missing an output. So this was actually output constrained. And you should be working fine. There. Let's see if it actually is able to fill it up. Yeah, it needs to fill up to 24. It does easily fill it up. Good. It just takes a little bit of time. And how much coal are we using? Well, it's slightly less than a full belt. It's 26. So it's one full belt of coal is also sufficient. So basically at this point, if we look at the whole damn thing together, we are now outputting a total of, and I'm gonna for the sake of accuracy of my here, then if I take the whole damn thing like that, then see this is small deficits and small deficits, but the ultimate result is that we are basically at a 1-to-1 ratio from iron ore into steel. It's actually slightly better than a 1-to-1 ratio at the cost of some coal, sure, but that's something we have a lot of. We also have a lot of iron, but it's mainly about how fast this is producing. Like this block is producing a full belt of steel inbound. Oh, that's funny. That is so funny, and in a sad way, like that. Oops. That's bad, because now it's uneven as well. But we can do this part, and then it'll be even again. There's always like a small amount of errors, and this is also why I don't publish blueprints, because blueprints it would suck to publish them, so I need to do a lot more checking. While in the base, I'll just fix it when I fix it. Cool. So the idea here is that you can make something that is super effective, and it produces a lot of steel, because steel is something we just need a lot of. And we are definitely going to be making all our future builds involving these beacons. They are so amazing. The builds look so much better with these kind of beacons than with the original beacons. And there are even some better beacons later on. So that is good. We now have steel in vast quantities at a low resource count. The only deficit or challenge is the fact that it is actually relying on pyroflux. Luckily, we have been stockpiling pyroflux since the dawn of civilization. Here we have 648,000 pyroflux. What I've done is I have now made this one into sort of a storage part, and then I take the pyroflux I get from my core mining that's just chucking along. All that, when it fills up, then it goes not from here. It goes from here and then goes over to the storage part. And then from the storage part, it'll go out to wherever it needs. So we have a lot of pyroflux because we've been stockpiling it since the beginning of the game. And at some point it'll be running out, but then we have to make it from vulcanite. So that is basically what I wanted to show you today. I hope you find this satisfactory, well, or Factorio. I think it's a really cool design, and I'm really happy about it. And it's definitely something we're going to see a lot more of, more beacon builds. When it comes to sort of the next step of the process, then my intention for where to move next is start slowly working on, wow, this is so much tech. That one, the energy science, is going to be what we need to work on. And as you can see, we need holmium plates, which we don't have. We need significant data we don't have. We need energy catalog we don't have. We need energy insight we don't have. And we need cold thermal fluid that we do not have. So that's a lot of things we don't have. And that's what we're going to be figuring out in the next many live streams and upcoming YouTube episodes. So thank you for watching. Until next time, take care, and as always, stay effective.